Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. Post-fight, Canelo Alvarez retains his 4 belts. Wonderful decision victory. I'm very tired, so I'll just say, for those of you that watch the show, a lot of fun. First bout, my God, Garcia and the other gentleman. I did write down the names. I didn't have all these guys, their names memorized or anything, but I did write some notes. I was actually judging the fights. Resendez, if I'm saying that correctly, I did actually think he won a lot of rounds, more than the judges and more than the commentators. But that was a hell of a fight. And then the second fight was almost as good, pretty brutal. Nice victory for the gentleman that won it, Barrios. Sorry, the names are slipping me. I'm not as obsessed. I don't have the names of boxers memorized like I used to or like I do with pro wrestlers, so I'm just going by what I remember. Third fight was a bit of a sleeper, meaning you could have fallen asleep. It was basically, actually, I thought the guy that lost the fight won the fight, but he's not a KO guy. He looks so much older than he is. I guess he's only 21 years old, Roman. But you got to learn. And he learned the lesson, which is never leave it up to the judges. That was an interesting decision. I think a poor decision, but that's boxing, folks. And then our final fight, Canelo. And I said to my friend that came out to watch this fight with me at the movie theater, the guy that lost was fighting not to get knocked out. He was fighting to survive. I think early on he made that decision, like, I don't want to get knocked out by Canelo, and he did throw punches. It's not like he totally hit or hugged, but he obviously knew on some level he wasn't going to beat Canelo tonight. Canelo's just a very good boxer, obviously, and had the chin to withstand, and going up 14 pounds, I believe, in weight, just didn't have the power to match up with Canelo there. So a fun night of fights. For those of you that don't know, I watched this fight at the Cinemark here, AMC Theaters across the way. Also had these fights on the big screen. I'm trying to tell my friends, associates about this, but they don't seem to comprehend that you can go to the movie theater, pay your $25, and enjoy the fights on the comfort of the big screen. You don't have to be a fucking pirate and steal these fights. I mean, think about the integrity that you're not showing when you steal these fights with your internet and your black boxes and all these other secretive things. These men are fighting. They're putting their souls and their eyeballs and their chins and their noses on the line. And how do you repay them? You don't. You steal from them. You steal their blood and their guts. Okay, that's what you're doing when you stream these things illegally. Okay, so not to ride your cock into oblivion. I'm just telling you, if you really think about the lack of morality that you have when you steal these fights, you may or may not be ashamed of yourself. In any event, one pro wrestling and sports fan, Mike Messier, wonderful night at the fights. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't watch the fights, you can go to a million other places to get the results. I'm not a fucking talking head of results or play-by-play man. I'm just giving you my instinctive feelings. For those of you, I've had about 20 new subscribers in the last week, mostly boosted by these wonderful shorts I'm doing on pro wrestling, 15-second fun clips of Rick Rude, the Road Warriors, Ricky Steamboat versus Tully Blanchard at Starrcade 84, a very interesting Conan match. If you haven't seen these, hustle on over, just a click of the thumb to the short section on this channel, One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan. Also big news, winning Best Screenwriter for my script, also ran a prison drama from San Angelo, Texas, for crying out loud, Film Festival. Was not able to attend. I thought I was going to be able to get out there to San Angelo, but this is from last year's festival. Maybe, hopefully next year I can go. So anyway, but thank you to Jamie, all the fine folks in San Angelo for loving my script, and thank me for writing it, okay? So if you're a film producer out there, if you have a lot of money and you want to go into business with Mike Messier, now is the time. Okay, folks, that's it. Hope you had a night at the fights. Leave a comment or a query if you have any suggestions for rants. Leave them in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. Mike Messier.